morning children. Today I am going to explain the fourth standard general science, that is the uses of plants and animals. Already I have taken 2 lessons and I have sent the notes also. I hope so you have completed it and you have written in your classworks and you have learned it already. See children, we will be conducting the test also for you. So be prepared, well prepared, and learn the spellings also whatever you are writing. Understood children? Don't simply write and throw the book here and there. See, this is not like that. Very soon the school also will be reopening and we are going to conduct the test directly like this. Okay, you have to write the answers and send. We are going to send the question paper also. Be careful that you are going to write the test. So don't be so careless, and whatever your teachers are giving you, assigning you the assignment, please do it in your classworks. And even the pictures, whatever I said you have to stick in your classworks and make it your classwork neat and clean. Okay, now I am coming to the lesson 3, uses of plants and animals. Already 2 lessons I have explained you. That is the functions of flowers, fruits and seeds, and I explained the functions of each one that drawing the pictures on the board, and I have explained you the functions, how the functions they will function, each flowers or leaves, whatever it may be, either roots, whatever it may be. And today uses of plants and animals I am going to explain. You all know the plants, uses of plants already. Some or the other way they are helpful to us. Yes or no children? Now see, plants and animals are useful to us in many ways, many ways. Can you tell some of the ways how the plants are helpful to us? Yes, by they give us the food. Yes or no? Without plants we can't get the food at all. Some or the other way they are helping us. Even the animals also they are giving us the food. Okay, so they provide us with the things we need in our day-to-day life. For example, see, early morning as we get up, see, we need the milk. From where we get the milk? From the animals only. Yes or no? So like this, the main thing is we have to breathe. We have to live. To live we have to breathe. To breathe what we need? Oxygen we need. From where we are getting the oxygen? From the plants. And even the food also. See, either whatever we prepare, either rice or roti or whatever it may be, from where we are getting all this? The basic thing is the plants only. No, from the plants we are getting all this. So these one or the other way they are helpful to us. Now the uses of plants. Plants are useful to us in many ways. You all know, as I said now only, the plants are useful to us in many ways. They give us the oxygen. I said the main and the basic thing of the human beings, what all the living things we need oxygen to breathe. Without oxygen we can't live. So the thing is, they give us the oxygen, food, fuel, fiber, fodder and other substances such as wood, rubber, paper, medicines, etc. In the sense many things they are giving us children. So it is useful to us in many ways. The same way, the first thing is the oxygen from plants. What we get from plants? Oxygen we are getting from the plants. How we are getting the oxygen? You all know the process of photosynthesis in the plants children. The process of preparing the food by using the sunlight, air, water. Okay, they prepare the food using chlorophyll also. When they are preparing the food, they give out the oxygen. See, during photosynthesis, plants make food and oxygen also. They make the food and even their oxygen also they just make. Some oxygen is used during the respiration. Some oxygen what they prepare, okay, that is used for the respiration, and the excess of oxygen is given out by the plants. And the excess of oxygen which is more for them, they are given out by the plants. So all living things breathe in oxygen. I said all the living things on the earth breathe in oxygen. It helps them to stay alive. Of course, when we breathe in oxygen, it helps us to stay alive. Without oxygen, without breathing, how can we stay alive? We cannot survive at all. It is very difficult without oxygen to live on this earth. So thus, it is good to grow more plants and trees near our houses, surrounding our houses. It is very good to grow many green plants so that we will get the fresh air. Early morning, you see, when you come out and stand near to the plants, see, very good fresh air you can breathe. So that keeps you healthy. That is why we have to grow more number of plants. And we get plenty of oxygen to breathe. The second use is food from plants. The second use is food from plants. How is that? Plants are the main source of food. Plants are the main source of food. As I said, either in one way or the other way, the plants only are helping us and they are giving us the food. So how is it we depend on plants for food directly or indirectly? Of course, directly. Sometimes directly we are depending on plants only. Some spinaches and all we are eating fruits, vegetables we are directly getting from the plants. Even the cereals, pulses, everything. And we get food from different parts of the plant. And we get the food from different parts of the plant like roots, stem, fruits, leaves, like this. So here, which are the foods we get from the roots and stem, you see. Some of the foods we get from the roots, like certain roots are eaten raw, while some can be cooked. Like for example, the radish, carrot and all we can eat raw only. Like beetroot and all, we have to cook and eat. So some of the vegetables, some of the roots are eaten raw also and some are eaten cooked. In the same way, stems can be cooked or eaten raw. Even the stems also. Say we know the ginger and potato is a modified stem, and even the sugarcane, we get the sugarcane juice from that. So they can be, even some of the stems can be eaten raw also. Next, food from leaves. Which are the foods we are getting from the leaves? Leafy vegetables may be cooked or eaten raw. See, some of the leafy vegetables, spinaches and all we are eating. Some of them we can eat raw also, some of them it is cooked and eaten. Then tea is made from the leaves of the tea bush. Tea is taken out from the leaves of the tea bush, which we prepare the tea and drink. Then food from fruits. See, most fruits are eaten raw. Fruits we know, like mango or banana or guava or apple or whichever the fruit you take, we have to eat raw. Then some fruits are dried to obtain dry fruits. See, some fruit like grapes, dry grapes, okay, all these, some fruits are dried to obtain the dry fruits. And here the cereals and pulses are cooked before eating. I said the cereals. Which are the cereals? Some of the grains, okay, like rice, like wheat, ragi, they are all the cereals, and some of the pulses, the grains which we are getting, are cooked before eating. Nuts too can be eaten raw. Coffee powder is prepared from the seeds of the coffee plant. Coffee powder is prepared from the seeds of the coffee plant. Then the spices, you all know the spices like leaves, flowers or seeds of certain plants are dried and used as spices. Spices add flavor and taste to our food. Of course, children, when we prepare the food or sambar, whatever it may be, without spices, without chili powder or without salt or pepper or jeera, whatever it may be, it doesn't give a good flavor. So, spices add the good flavor to our food. Some spices also have medicinal properties. Some spices like turmeric, like ginger, the cloves, the pepper, jeera, all these they have the medicinal values or properties, whatever it may be. The third thing is oil from plants. We get oil from plants. So from what we will get the oil? You know, the coconut oil, you have our groundnut oil, mustard oil, sunflower oil, so many oils we have heard, so that they will take out the oil from that and it is used for cooking. So here oil obtained from seeds of mustard, sunflower, groundnut and coconut is used for to cook the food. Next we are getting the medicines from plants. The fourth one is medicines. Medicines from plants. So can you tell me some of the medicines which are getting from plants? I will say, see like eucalyptus oil we will get. Then tulsi is a medicinal herb, like mint. Okay. Then see, oil obtained from eucalyptus leaves is used for curing colds. So eucalyptus oil, when we have lot of cold, just we have to apply. Okay, so it cures. Then ginger, turmeric, tulsi and lemongrass have useful medicinal value. See, like we have cold or cough, dry cough and all, no, we have to put all this, just boil and you drink. So they have a lot of medicinal values. Then leaves of neem tree are used to keep away the insects. Leaves of neem tree also, they will put the neem tree leaves in the houses. What for? To keep the insects away. Neem twigs are used to clean the gums and teeth. So just you have gone and you have seen in the village sites, they will take early morning, they will take some twigs from the neem tree, they will be going on cleaning. See, it has lot of medicinal value so that it will clean our gums and teeth. Ginger is also used to relieve nausea. Dried roots of the cusp plant serve to relieve itching and prickly heat. See, ginger is also used to relieve nausea, and dried roots of cusp plant serve relieve itching or prickly heat. Itching, when we get the body itching or prickly heat due to the more heat, even these leaves are being used. Quinine is a medicine made from the bark of cinchona tree. Quinine is a medicine, it is made by the bark of the cinchona tree. Quinine is used to cure malaria. This quinine medicine is used to cure malaria. See the medicinal values. Bitter gourd is eaten to purify the blood. Some of them will say bitter gourd, apart is so bitter we can't eat, you will say. But it is very good for health. Not every day, at least once in a week. So we have to eat the bitter gourd so that it purifies our blood. The fifth value is the fibers. We get fibers from plants. Fibers from plants. See the uses. So the fifth use of the plants is we get fibers from plants. That is the cotton. Cotton plant you have seen. Cotton plant. Cotton balls grow on cotton plants. Cotton fiber is obtained from cotton balls. So this fiber is spun into yarn. The cotton they will take out from the cotton balls and they have spun into yarns. The yarn is woven to make cotton cloths. That yarn is, if you go to the cotton factory, cloth factory, there you can see how they will take out the yarns, how they will just wind up, and the yarn is woven to make cotton cloths. Cotton wool is used as stuffing to make pillows and beds, mattresses. Jute fibers are also made from jute plant. So jute plant, cotton plant, it is very useful for the fibers. The next is paper from plants. The sixth value. Sixth use. Paper, we are getting the paper from plants. See, plants are giving us so many things for the human beings. So many things. Oxygen from plants, food from plants, oil from plants, medicines, fibers, and now the paper. Paper is more useful so that every day we need, even the students or in the offices, wherever you see the papers play a very important role. So that without the papers we can't do anything. So officially we need the papers to do anything. So here what gives the paper? That is the plants. The tender part of bamboo and eucalyptus trees. The tender part of the bamboo tree and the eucalyptus tree are crushed into pulp. They are crushed into pulp from which paper is made. From that the paper is made. Paper is also made from bagasse and wheat and rice straw. See, even the paper is also made from bagasse, is a small herb, that is wheat and rice straw. Then the next, the Chinese had invented this paper when as early as the 2nd century BC. The Chinese, they have invented in 2nd century only. So, the next use is gum. We are getting the gum from plants. Gum. See, you know from which plant we are getting the gum? That is one plant name, one tree name is called acacia. From that tree we are getting the gums. See, gum is obtained from the bark of trees like acacia. Gum is used for making cosmetics in textile industry. See, that gum is used to make the cosmetics in textile industry. Next, rubber from trees. Next thing is rubber we are getting. Rubber from trees. Sap from the rubber tree is collected to make rubber. Then we use rubber to make tires, the big tires where the vehicles are used. Then tubes, erasers and many other things of our daily use. You have seen the rubber tires for the big vehicles. Okay, see this rubber from where we are getting, from the rubber tree. Then resins from trees. The resins also, you see resin is collected from a variety of a pine tree. We use resin to make varnish. What is varnish, you know children? Where we will just paint the doors and windows where they give us the shining. It is being applied on the furniture to give it a shine. Then wood from trees. Many trees give us the wood where we want to do the furnitures or doors or windows, whatever it may be. From where we are getting that wood? From the trees like teak, rosewood, ebony, sal, shisham are used to make the furnitures. Shreddings from softwood are used to make pencils, rulers, matchsticks, etc. Then wood of the sandalwood tree is called to make decorative wooden items, wooden articles, where they keep it for the decorative purposes. Sandwood is also used in make soaps, cosmetics and incense. The next thing is uses of animals. How the animals are used, children? All this time I explained you about the uses of plants. So many uses are there, children. This is only the few which they have given. Still so many things are there which the plants are used. Okay. So now I am coming back to the uses of animals. Food, oil and medicine from animals. We are getting the food, oil and medicine from the animals. How we get eggs, milk, meat from animals. Butter, cheese and ghee or the milk products where we are getting from the animals. See, we get milk. From the milk we are going to do the curd, the cheese, the butter, all that, the ghee, all these are the milk products which we are bringing it out. Honeybees prepare honey from the nectar of flowers. They collect the honey from the flowers and they prepare. They also secrete a sticky substance called wax. They prepare a sticky substance, it is called as the wax. So honey and wax are obtained from the beehives. Candles are made from the wax. Cod liver oil. You know what is cod liver oil? The people, those who are not eating fish, it is a medicine for them. So cod liver oil is made from the cod fish. So the people, those who are not those who are not eating the fish, they can eat this cod liver oil tablets. Okay. So from cod fish it is used as a medicine. Now the wool and silk from animals. We are getting the wool and silk. You know, sheep are reared for wool, and wool is also obtained from the yak. Okay. Silk thread is obtained from the cocoons of silkworms. Silkworms, silk thread are woven into silk fabrics. Then manure from animals. The waste, the dung of animals is used as a manure. See, like cows, buffaloes and droppings of goats and birds are used as the manure. Manure helps to make the soil fertile. See, they will dump into one place. The dung of the animals they will dump into one place. So that will mix in the soil and makes the soil fertile. And you know, they will just take this fertile manure and they will put it in the fields so that the crops are grown and they will get the fertile. They will mix in the soil and makes the soil fertile and helps the crops to grow good. Dried dung cakes of some animals are also used as fuel in villages. Yes, the dried dung cakes, they are used as a fuel in the villages. From the dung of the cattle, gobar gas is produced. They will dump in one pit. Okay, and from that the gobar gas is produced. This can be used as a fuel for cooking and generate electricity. So animals is used as a mode of transport also. Like animals are used the means of transport to carry goods, people and for ploughing and working in the fields. Oxen are used for the ploughing purposes in the fields. Donkeys, horses are used to carry the goods. Okay, like this many uses are there even from the animals also, children. So the basic thing is for the human beings, we are directly or indirectly dependent on the plants and animals for our food. Without them we can't get any food from anywhere. So even to breathe, to live happily, the basic thing what we need, air. That air from where we are getting? From the plants. So that is why we have to grow more number of plants surrounding our houses. Okay, so that it helps us to keep healthy. Morning you come out and take the fresh air, breathe the fresh air, you will be relaxed, you will be very fresh. So all these many uses are there. So whatever day-to-day living, whatever we need, as soon as we get up in the early morning, whatever we want to do, whatever we want to prepare, everything we are getting from the plants and animals only. Without them we can't get any food items. So these are the uses of plants and animals. Today I have explained you, children. Okay. So and also I am going to send the notes also for you. So this is the third lesson notes. Okay. So you have to stick some pictures also there. Some of the uses of plants, like what you are getting from the roots and stems, food from leaves, then food from fruits, some of the fruits. Okay, some of the cereals, pulses and dried fruits, dried nuts. You have to stick all this, and also some of the food items which you are getting from the animals, the milk products, all this you have to stick the pictures, and you have to write the notes which we are sending very neatly in your classworks and maintain your classwork. Learn the notes which we are giving children. Very soon we are going to conduct the test for you. So be well prepared with the spellings also. Okay children, have a good day. Thank you from Vishwani ma'am.